All right. Time for my 2 cents. All right, so we haven't done much here for a while, but as you can see, the front of the barn is pretty bare. Just got the old structure pretty much taken away, as well as the siding. And now I'm working towards framing in some garage doors. So that's going to be what's next on the barn. The barn project continues. I was running a string line on the outside and the inside, as you can see here, to try and find my reference surface or reference edge, and I found out that this post was put in crooked. So as you can see, I kind of went at it a bit frustrated, but whatever. I went out like the chainsaw. I cut out, took out the big lag screws, took out some big screws, left the nails in, hoping I'm going to be able to just smack them in. Had to come down here, find the pin. You can't see very clearly right now, but I did find it. It's a pin like this one. It's in the middle there. So I'll be able to move the whole post. Inwards. So, just finishing up, chipping this out. Straightening up the whole post. We put that in crooked from day one. There was no evidence of movement, so that's a good thing. I can barely talk, my mouth is so cold. It's a cold day here today. -15 I think right now. Smacked up the teeth on the chainsaw a little bit, but it is what it is. All right, so as you guys can see, there's the pin. There's the pin. It's come forward a bit. I'm going to fill this with some sort of expanding foam or something that'll solidify that better. But the whole thing has come right over to my string line. Beautiful. This is sealed up nice. That one I got to fix still. The whole thing looks much straighter. I can't believe how actually how well that went. That was not too bad at all things considered. See, so I'm talking to myself right now when I say this. Sometimes it's worthwhile taking an extra minute to do it right. All right, I'm already late. My wife's gonna kill me.
I know, but aren't you gonna put a window in there? now here you have, yeah, there. Right there. Oh, that's, you know what? You've covered a lot of the fucking hole. Oh my God, it's perfect.
Alright, so made some pretty cool progress today. I didn't tape too much of it. My dad was here helping me out. So we pretty much just pushed along. So left door, south door done. Not done. Framed, but the sheathing is started. And I wanted to do that piece of plywood over there before removing the 45 that was here, just to avoid any additional rocking in the whole structure. There's a little bit of rock, surprisingly, but it's not too bad. But anyways, coming along really nicely. Full day of work, and you know, I did a door and a door and plus, I don't know, 20% of another one. I don't know how well you guys can pick that up on camera, but got the 2x10s on the inner part of the door, 2x6s on inside the barn, 3/4 inch plywood times 2 for the attachments surface, and then over here this is started, and it's coming along quite nice. Got my setup here. I'm going to be changing my wife's oil as soon as she gets home. But that's it. So, not much else. That's the progress. Sorry I didn't film too much of it, but I was pretty much spending a lot of my time just pushing forward. So lots of progress going on here. As you can see, the top here is sheathed, pretty rough. Also got some shimming behind the facing, so that when the garage doors come in, there's something solid for them to screw onto, nail to. Also on this side, you guys saw me slowly chipping away at this. Honestly, I don't think it's really in the way, but I just wanted to get it cleaner anyways, because it would be a sharp corner for your tire to hit. Gonna throw up one more piece of plywood here just to get it off the floor, and then I'm probably gonna go upstairs and work with that mess up there, but going well. I don't know if you guys saw, but today my brother passed by. He was helping me out. Pretty nice to have some help on the ground for all the tedious shimming and stuff. But yeah, it's going good. It's going good. A lot of work. But I think that the company that's going to come in and put in the doors, they could probably come in and have a look, because it's moving along really nicely.
So we're 2/3 of the way through March, and it's been really, really beautiful weather. But today is the day that the doors get installed, and it is cold. So this is the only the second of this is only the second thing I outsource on the barn. The only other thing was a cement truck for some of these for my footings. But man, it is a cold day today, and the wind is pretty rough. I feel a bit bad for these guys that have to come and install these doors, but hopefully they'll be okay. All right, so it's been several months, as I said at the beginning of the video, but a lot has happened. We have the doors in, the sheathing up, the windows in, and even inside the barn a lot has happened that I haven't taped, unfortunately. But we have a staircase at the back over here. So this huge rock, I don't know if you remember, it was buried in the second garage door. It's been dragged over here. The stairs have been put in, go all the way up there. Over here we dug out the barn, so that was actually some footage that I did do but lost. So down at that end we have probably 2 feet taken out, whereas at this end it's only about 18 inches, and I'll show you from the outside. If you guys recall, during the French draining we were saying how it's much higher at the east end and the south end, east end and the west end of the barn. So as you can see down there, not the prettiest job maybe, but made a bit of a retaining wall. And so like I was saying, at this end of the barn it's probably only about 18 inches, 16 inches deep, and then down here is at least 24 inches that we removed of the topsoil. And the topsoil is actually over there. I'm using it gradually for different things. Here's another retaining wall I put in to hold everything up, obviously, as well as a step / mini ramp. I didn't originally I was going to put a full ramp, but I didn't want it to come out all the way till here. It was going to take up way too much of the lawn here, so if ever I need to get something up there like the lawn tractor or ATV or whatever, I can just put some trailer ramps and it's fine. On both sides, so this side of the barn and then on that side of the barn, I have a French drain going through. This one, it's buried in this 3/4 clean, you can't see it, and this one is just under these rocks here. So that goes right through from the very front of the barn all the way through. And then the sheathing back here is done, so framing, sheathing, I'll see if I can find a picture to put in the video, but that's coming along also. Redid the framing. I'll show you on the inside. Oh, here's the wall from the inside. Again, the stairs and the wall from the inside. Put a shelf for some of my memorabilia up there, and then that's it. So really nice having this wall done. There's some mercury doors and some woodworking tools, but in general, really happy with how this is turning out. Here's the 45 wall from the inside. Next step that I'm working on right now is actually sheathing the upper part of this wall, as you can see here. And then I do want to put a French drain on this side of the barn, the same way I did on the far side. I have some like mini ditches coming out right now to collect the rainwater and make sure it goes out instead of in, but a lot of it still ends up going in. And then not only that, I want the blowing snow to stay out of the barn. Finally, I think the last thing you guys missed, there's some of the retaining wall on this side. As you can see, some of the rock is coming out, but I didn't want to do too much here because, as I said, I'm going to be putting a French drain here, and that's probably already the right depth. Maybe I'll go a little deeper. The last thing you guys probably didn't see is this door. And this door is kind of a weird one. This section is permanent, and this section is swings open. I should say semi-permanent, because I could lift those top and lower section. I can lift them off if I need the full door. But on the street side here, rarely use that door, so I made it so it's almost like a temporary wall more than a door. I'll show you on the inside. So here we are on the inside of that northern door on the street I was just telling you guys about. The lower section and the upper section could be lifted out. They're on these large, let's call it like kind of hook things, and they hook onto these cross members that I made. And these cross members are slotted and fit into these slots, and they could be lifted out also. So then this becomes one big opening. And then finally, as I did the inside of the barn, you can see I moved these my gym mats around. So in this video in the spring, as you can see the mud here. When we did the inside of the barn, we also brought crushed rock from the street. So dug down and leveled quite a bit over here. Probably about up to 12 inches. Excuse the wind noise, sorry about that. And then there's a 0 to 2.5 base layer, and then it's 0 to 3/4 packing top layer, finish layer. And then you can see here, I kind of put a rock, I put rocks that we took out while we were leveling in here. I took them out and put them along here as kind of a border. And then finally made another border here along the front on the inside, and then all the way to the back of the barn. It's 3/4 clean for good drainage, and then the French drain. So there's two French drains that run through here. You guys probably remember this one just goes to daylight right here, but the other one goes all the way to daylight down there. And then as you can see from the latest video I uploaded, I started this probably 5 years ago. It was in a field, as you guys saw. Pulled the engine, make sure it worked. It did not. It had one seized cylinder. So complete rebuild of this Ford Mercury, in Canada is Mercury Y block. This was brought in, front end dismantled, the whole thing cleaned up, and we're going to be working on this. It's going to be a slow and steady project, but that'll be a lot of fun too. So, more to come. Thanks for watching.